The process of how to find a loan using the ABSNet private banking system. Um, what I have here is an example. If you've been paying attention to the recent emails, we've had a new special for members only where we will search your loan to see if it was securitized using ABSNet, and we will search it with just basically a few items of information. So if you receive some of the latest emails that highlighted the special, this is an example of what someone has submitted. You can actually purchase a service right from the email. If you're logged into the panel, you can just go to mortgage audits, and then you just can type in the amount, which is for members. We were doing it for a low price of $39.50. Now this promotion ends in 2 days. So you're going to, actually it ends tomorrow, 9/24. So you're going to want to take advantage of it today or tomorrow. But here's an example of one of the team members. They submitted a loan. This is a property that's in New Jersey, and this is the loan amount, $175,200. We actually have a loan number, and we actually have an interest rate, and then we have an origination date. This is when the loan was put in place, and then we have a servicer. So this is quite a bit of information. This is actually all we really need to do an initial search on ABSNet. So what I'm going to show you is how that looks. Now, if you are not seeing my screen, it's because you have not logged in to the webinar link. Now, here's how you do that, just in case you are not seeing my screen. What you need to do is go back to the email that invited you to the webinar, and then at the bottom of that email you need to log in, and then after you log in you need to click on Start. Okay, you need to click on Start, Boss Training, and then Webinar Link. Once you click on that, follow the steps under Webinar Link, and then you should be able to see my screen shortly thereafter. Okay. Alright, so this is the ABSNet search terminal, and you can use pretty much these different variables or attribute criteria if you want to try to find a particular loan. You can use zip code, loan ID. This does happen. For example, in this particular loan, the loan ID actually matched exactly, but in most often instances the loan ID does not match. You have the original interest rate, the loan origination date, the maturity date, the state that the loan is in, the deal name, and the Bloomberg deal name. So you can use these criteria to find a particular loan. So again, the loan in question, we have quite a bit of information. We have the loan amount, we have the current loan number, which again did match, we have the zip code, we have the interest rate, origination date. So you can use pretty much most of those variables, but we can try to keep it an initial search. If you just want to use the zip code and the loan amount to start, and then if you're successful with that, then so be it, you're done. If you're not, then you may want to try different things. Sometimes instead of using the original loan amount, they end up using the securitized loan amount. So then what you want to do is maybe put a tolerance level here, so you can see if you find a loan that is maybe a partial match, and then you would have to be able to use some of your experience to be able to determine if the partial match is actually the loan. So that's where you have to look into other attributes of the loan, which we're going to show you all the different things that you can do, some of the different things that you can do in terms of getting information about the loan. So in this one we have an exact match. Actually was able to find the loan. There's only 2 loans that came up with this loan amount. And what we have is this matches the interest rate that was given, it matches the origination date, it matches the zip code, and then here what we have is the securitized trust. So this is the securitized trust. This is the Bloomberg name, which is going to be we're going to need this name later on. Again, if you're just logging in and you cannot see my screen, it's because you did not see the information in the last couple emails. What you need to do is log in. You log in from the email, and then after you log in, you just click on Start, Boss Training, and then click on Webinar Link. Follow the steps in there, put your name, email address, and then you'll be able to see my screen. Okay, So what we've done here, we found the securitized trust, and then what we can do is just click on it and then click on analyze selected. What that does is that there's different criteria that I've set up to look at specific details regarding the loan, so that we can confirm that we have in fact found the loan in question. So we can look at certain things. Now right here, these are different, all these different columns are columns that you can edit on your own. If you want loan origination date, you can leave it here. If you don't want loan origination date and you want something else, then you have the opportunity to put different things. For example, has it been modified? What kind of modification? You can put whatever you want. I try to put as much information as possible, so that way on this is my personal one that I saved. I created a toolbar for myself, so that way I can find, I can have all that information in front of me, so I can really be sure that the loan that is in question is actually the loan that we found in the search is actually the loan in question. So you can see here the original, at the time of origination date, the loan to value was 80%. It was owner occupied. If you see certain things that maybe this is an investment property or a second home, and you know that your property is not, it was owner occupied at the time of purchase, or this one says it has a prepayment penalty, and maybe the other one, your property, says there is no prepayment penalty. So these are the things you can look into if you're running into difficulty trying to make sure that it is actually the loan that you found. Then it has it also has the adjustable rate mortgage attributes that are so here's a margin that you would add to the index that you're using, so you can look at the note and see if these things match up. You can also see that it also has the FICO score, the originator, who actually originated the loan, if this matches up. Now some of this information is not always available, because the information is usually only as good as what has been sent by the banks to the systems. So sometimes, as you can imagine, there would be data entry errors, and that's the reason why you want to look as many attributes as possible, because just because the origination date is not, it could be a few days off or what have you, it could very well be that it was input incorrectly. So you need to look and try to see if this was the loan in question. A lot of fields here. If it was in foreclosure, you can see if the foreclosure date makes sense. If it says there's a foreclosure date and your client's not in foreclosure and never has been, then that could be an indication. Servicer, who's the servicer on the current servicer? So that's another way you can do it, and it tells you as of date, the current servicer as of date. So as of July 1st, this was the servicer, so that could have changed. So at least it gives you an indication. Keep in mind, this is not automatic. I put this here because I wanted to see the servicer add a servicer date. That's not the default. So so again, and here's the Bloomberg deal number. So this is what we're going to use. We can export this and use it as part of the audit, so you can show that all these variables and attributes that you look at to truly show that this is in fact the loan in question. All you do is click this little Excel, and it will export this data with the headings into Excel. Now with this information, the Bloomberg deal name, what we want to do is go to the ABSNet website, abs.net website, and do a search. Now in order for you to do this, you have to have an account with ABSNet. Now ABSNet charges $2,000 a month to have this service. Now, not a problem if you're just getting started in the business and you're not able to do that, but you still want to do the audits yourself, or you just want to buy them wholesale. This is just so you can see how this process is done, so you're more educated when you're speaking to your clients about the process. Even if you're not going to do it, you maybe just want to do it wholesale, buy it from us for $385 and sell it to your clients to at a higher price. So that's not a problem at all. So but if you're able to afford $2,000 a month, then you can also get this account, get an account with ABSNet, and you can do the searches and the audits 100% on your own. But if not, and you want to take our training class, learn how to do the audits, but you don't want to incur the $2,000 a month, we can do the searches for you, get the proofs for you and everything, and then you can put everything else together. So that's available as well. So basically what we do is we take the Bloomberg deal name, put it up here, and then we click on search. And then what that does, it shows us the information. It shows that the trust is available, so we can click on the link there, and then we can see all the different information regarding the trust, the pools, the different QSIPs, the different the balances by groups, the original balances, and if you see 0 here, that means that they've been paid off. They don't exist. You can also tell what group your loan is in. That's called the pool ID. So this says a pool ID, pool group ID is number 1. So you can look at that to try to find where your group, where your loan is. And this says group 1 right here. And these has total groups. Now some of them overlap. So you can look at this information and see different details about the trust and about some of the activity that's happening in the trust. If you click on show details, you can see some of the key players associated with the trust, the parties, the issuer, the underwriter, the trustee. In this instance, it says the servicer is unknown. And you can also look at different reports. If you click on reports over here, you can see the prospectus, and which gives a wealth of information about the trust, how the trust functions, things of that nature. And once you have this information, you can then go to the SEC info website. If you don't have an account, you can get an account. It's a free account with SEC info. For now it is. If you don't have large volume of searches right now, it's inexpensive. So you can sign in, and then what you can do is just do a search on that trust, and then you can get additional information about the trust, like the pooling and service agreement, and things of that nature. So you can do a trust search, and if it comes up, which I probably would need to do a different search there, but we can basically find the pooling and service agreement and go through being able to find this particular trust. So it looks as though that this is probably the trust right here. Kind of doing this impromptu, but this is the process that you would go through to see if you can find additional information. What are the guidelines associated? Here we have a prospectus again. You can see, so that way you can ensure that the trust that you identified here on ABSNet matches the trust that you found here. So you can compare these two documents. If that matches, then you can look at the other documents, find the pooling and service agreement, and basically use that as part of the audit package, and then be able to know who the players are, who should be in, whose names should be on endorsements, on the notes, and the security instrument as the arm's length transactions have taken place as the trust guidelines require. So you can look at these things. So that is essentially how you do a search on ABSNet. That's how you find is securitized. Now Bloomberg used to have a similar terminal like this, but what they did was get rid of this part. So if you know this, what the trust ID, then you can use Bloomberg as well. But in terms of being able to find the trust by using the loan details, Bloomberg eliminated that feature. So what some people are able to do for clients who want Bloomberg, need Bloomberg, is that they find the trust first on ABSNet, and then they use this information, and then they can go into Bloomberg and get additional data and things of that nature. So you have to use both, which you're talking about upwards of $4,000, $5,000 a month to have both services, which is extremely expensive if you don't have the client base to satisfy that volume. So that is essentially how you do a search. So again, if you are interested, we do have a special. It does end tomorrow. You want to go back, there'll be a couple more emails sent out on that, but if you have a prior email with the special, you can just go to it, you can order yours, and we'll have it within 2 business days or less, will do the search for you, find it, and then provide you with the proofs that are right out of the ABSNet website and the system, the terminal. So that way you know that you have a match, and then if you want the full audit, then for members up until 9/24, which is tomorrow, it's only $250 extra. So it's $39.99 to do the search, and then only $250 extra if you would like the full audit. So that's something that you can take advantage of. Now, if you have individuals that you're interested, first of all, are there any questions regarding the ABSNet search, or finding out if your loan is securitized? Any questions about that?
I have one.
Okay, hold on for a second. What's that question?
Well, first of all, does it show? I have a blank screen. I just see a landscape with the sun in the background, so I missed all of your pictures of those things.
Okay, well here's what you want to do. If you want to see the screen, you go back to the email and you log into the system. Have you already logged into the system?
Yes, and I was getting it at first until you changed something, and then it didn't come again.
Oh, I see. Okay, well it's being recorded, so we could potentially have that for you later. So go ahead. What's your question?
I already know where my trust is, and I know the information. I have the pooling and servicing agreement. I'd like further information, like, is it still being traded? How many times it was traded? How many times it was split up? Can I get that information?
Well, we can look and see, as the beginning of I showed you that there was a part that talked about. Can you press mute, hit *6, because there's some background noise. Hold on, let me see.
Muted.
Okay.
Unmuted. All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Okay, let me answer your question. There was some background noise there. Basically, you can find out the pool ID as on that Excel. When we did the analysis, the pool ID was group 1, and then what you would do is go to find within the trust all the different locations where your loan has been placed. So there's many different ways that you can look at the information. It really just depends on what specifically you're looking to do. Now, without going into all of that level of detail, what I would suggest that you do is contact me after the class, and then I can see exactly what it is that additional information you would like, and then I can let you know if we're able to do it or not, and go from there. But there is a lot more information that you can get in terms of what's been going on with the trust, what kind of payments have been made, what are which ones have been paid off, which ones have not. That type of information is available. So if you'd like to get some more of that information, then that is something that we can potentially do.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Okay. Any additional questions on that?
Yeah, what number do I contact you at?
Okay, you can call me at 813-445-5004.
5004. Okay.
Okay? All right.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so briefly what I like to say, there is
all callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
If you have a question, just hit on your phone *5, because there's some background noise. So if you have a question, just hit *5 to unmute yourself, so that way I can hear your question. But what I wanted to do is just kind of briefly show you. There was a question before the class started regarding how do you add other people to your team so that they can get involved in this. Well, we made it a little bit easier. If you go to your back office and you just refresh, because we just made a change, hit reload in your back office, and then click on the link that says so you want to go to start, and then where it says special links, and now it says payments and team building. So if you have to get involved, just click on Start, then Special Links, and then what will happen is you'll see that there's the very first link here. Just share this very first link with them, email it to them, and then or if you're on the phone with them, you can click on it. Well, actually, you're going to want to email it to them, have them click on it, have them join. Once they join using this link, this top link, then they will be added to your team. So you don't have to worry about that, and then all the other benefits that are set up. If you decide to become licensed and you want to benefit off your team members, then you do that. Again, how to become licensed: if you want to build a team and you want to benefit off your team members, you just click Start, Get Licensed. You don't have to do that unless you're interested in building a team. There's plenty of opportunity to earn income all on your own within the services and products. But if you like to build a team to get residual income and to increase your momentum, then you just click Start, Get Licensed. It's only $29.50 a month, and then with that, you're able to generate income off of your team members for the various products and services that we offer. So in order for you to, again, add a team member so that they are added to you within the system, you just click on Start, Special Links, and then the very first link under that is Sign Up Team Member. Email them that link, have them click on it, and then you'll have them on your team, and then you can start benefiting from their work, from their efforts.
Entry and exit times are off.
Any other questions?
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Any questions? Any questions regarding that? Any other questions regarding how to find a trust to see if your loan was securitized? Okay. Well, it's very straightforward. Basic information. So if you're looking to find out if your loan was securitized, then what you want to do is send in the information that is in the email, and then we can.
All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
And then we can get that taken care of for you. Okay, so if there are no other questions, we're going to go ahead and end this. Hopefully this recorded properly and we didn't have any technical difficulties, and then we can go from there. Thank you.